それやったら私顧問降りるからね。もう絶対に水着にはならないって決めてるんだから。
Number 20, Kana Kojima. Why the hell are you here, teacher? Look, if you're watching this anime, you already know what you're in for. An inappropriate teacher constantly losing their clothes thanks to every contrivance imaginable. Among their roster, none had our hearts pumping more than the so-called demon teacher, who often finds herself having to strut her stuff when she and her favorite student find themselves in whole heaps of naughty trouble. Not even the most embarrassing of scenes could take away Kana's sex appeal, and that's saying something. Number 19, Midnight, My Hero Academia. Hey, someone needs to whip the heroes of tomorrow into shape, and no one can handle a whip quite like Midnight.
積んだと認識しても仕方ないよ。
ミッドナイト、個性、眠りが体から放たれる香りで強制的に眠らせる。
From her choice of outfit, sadistic tendencies, the way she can put her foes to sleep just by exposing her skin, everything about Midnight is just one dark fantasy after another layered into one sinfully sexy shape. While she ultimately cares for her students, there's no denying she likely got many hearts a-racing during her lectures. No wonder so many applied to UA High. Number 18, Mariko Ozono, Mega Man NT Warrior. That's right, we're going old school for this one.
I'm not quite sure how to ask this. But there's something I just have to know.
While many in this world were likely obsessed with their virtual Navi avatars, there's something about Ms. Mari that still gets the likes of Higsby and Mesa swooning.
I've seen it before. That far-off look in her eyes, like the rest of the world doesn't exist. Her cheeks the same color as the cherry blossoms.
Guess there's no substitute for a living, breathing ball of sunshine who can bring possible suitors to their knees with just a smile. The rest of you can stick with your virtual waifus. We're signing up to Ms. Mari's remedial classes.
You are amazing out there today. I'm really proud of what you did, Lan.
Number 17, Sai Chabashira, Classroom of the Elites. Granted, if you're looking for a teacher who will support and encourage you, Ms. Chabashira is not the one for you.
D クラスの担任となった茶柱サエだ。
In this world of cutthroat education where results are everything, where failure can ruin a life, this teacher only cares about sticking to the rules, and as such has zero investment in his students beyond what is expected of her.
お前たちは評価ゼロのクズというわけだ。
But damn if her pessimistic attitude combined with her wardrobe doesn't awaken something in us. Honestly, she might be even more casual about the dark side of life than even Ayana Koji.
この学校では教師は生徒同士の問題には安易に介入しない。
Number 16, Eriko Takeda. You know, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world.
また授業をサボって。
While we're still confused as to how this teacher was able to continue her career when her choice of attire consists of one part scientist and one part stripper, the result is still quite effective, to say the least.
有馬、この子、お前の隣に座るぞ。
To be honest, even in a series with parallel universes and various harem candidates mingled between them, is there really another option when you've got someone like Takeda walking about in fishnets and being casual when it comes to flirtation? We didn't think so.
俺も青い性の相談が。却下。青少年の悩みは深刻なんだぞ。
Number 15, Tearju Lunatique, To Love Ru Darkness. Given how this anime tends to divulge into a field of naked chests on any given occasion, you'd think it would be difficult for this teacher to be spotted amongst the various voluptuous alien gals throwing themselves at the screen.
あらあら、わがまま言う子にはもう読んであげないわよ。
And while that's partially true, Tearju stands out as a stunner, to the extent you can't help but wonder if she'd be better off in a different show altogether.
ええ、私もあなたと話したかったの、メアさん。
But then, we'd never get to see her innate bad luck, causing her to end up in all kinds of arrow positions that only a show like this could deliver. Clumsy has never been so brazen.
先生は独身ですか？
そうですけど。
じゃあ恋人はスリーサイズは年下ありですか？
Number 14, Aiho Yomikawa, a certain magical index franchise. Talk about going above and beyond.
マズラってさ、私の職業知ってる？
Not only is this busty beauty one hell of an educator, in Academy City no less, which given the amount of espers makes it infinitely more dangerous, but she's also an officer, known for her comedic chops, and doesn't hesitate to become the legal guardian for the likes of Accelerator and Last Order.
清美先生とこの悪ガキじゃん。
That's a hell of a lot to juggle, and Aiho does it all with a smile. Hot for teacher doesn't even come close.
あはは、何のことじゃ。
Number 13, Shura Kirigakure, Blue Exorcist. She may be all about wiping out Satan's forces, but not even the legions of hell have a patch on Shura when it comes to setting hearts ablaze.
Battle!
While her breezy choice in fashion certainly doesn't hurt, her blunt attitude and immense skill as a swordswoman does wonders to make her the most memorable and fun character in the whole franchise.
Kirigakure sword technique. Snake belly form!
After all, who wouldn't throw themselves into Gehenna just for a chance to win her approval?
Rin, all you ever needed was a little self-confidence. And now that you've got it, show us what you're made of.
Number 12, Rossweisse, High School DD. Just when you thought Issei's harem couldn't get any bigger,
はじめまして。
along comes this self-serious yet adorable teacher who can't handle her booze, is a sucker for a cheap deal, desperate for a boyfriend, and in typical DD fashion, is gorgeous to boot.
皆さん、これからもよろしくお願いいたします。というわけでロスバイセは。
While she certainly doesn't garner as much attention as Rias and the rest, the fact Rossweisse seems a tad more light-hearted and grounded than the others makes us wonder why she was never promoted to best girl status.
彼氏は関係ないでしょ。バカにしないでください。もうあなたが飲むぐらいなら。
ロスバイセさん。
Number 11, Sadayo Kawakami, Persona 5 The Animation. We don't care if she originally appeared in a video game, you're damn right we're making an exception for one of the sweetest and most enticing teachers to ever grace fandom.
なんでって、ここ私の憩いの場所だもの。大人には何も考えない時間が必要なの。
Aside from being a low-key bombshell, Kawakami's personal arc as a confidant, combined with her part hilarious, part tragic, and part oh boy stint as a maid, got Joker and the rest of us acting up.
似てる。いや、他人の空にか。
ご主人様の疲れたハートにラブリーエナジーたっぷり注入するにゃ。
She's dynamite through and through, and as any man of culture will tell you, she's absolutely best girl.
こう見えて私、案外上手なのよ。
Number 10, Ririko Kagome, Rosario Vampire. As to be expected in a school filled with monster waifus, the math teacher also happens to be on a whole other level of appealing.
Now let's take our formula for the area of a circle and use it to derive the surface area for this cone on the board, okay? Okay.
Despite her true form being that of a Lamaya, Miss Ririko is still very much someone you want to teach you about angles and subtraction.
This is how I make it so you don't think about anything except for what you've learned studying with me.
She's so passionate about teaching that she's willing to go as far as to grant free knowledge in exchange for draining a person's emotions. The fact she also dresses up as a dominatrix is a huge plus.
Holy crap!
Number 9, Raim. Welcome to Demon School, iruma-kun. Is there truly anything more beautiful than having a succubus as a teacher?
10%誘惑授業の講師サキュバス族のライムよ。
Raim hits every note and trope on what you would expect when it comes to a demon who indulges in lust for a living. Provocative, yet not without her qualification, Raim spends her days teaching the female students on how to boost their sexual demeanors and up their seduction game. Something that proves to be rather challenging when dealing with the likes of Clara. Honestly, who would be tardy for her class? Number 8, Yoko Littner, Gurren Lagann. Going from firecracker rebel to a sensible and soulful teacher, no matter which era Yoko is rocking that bazooka of hers, she remains a decade-defining leading anime lady.
ヨマコです。皆さん仲良くしてくださいね。
Following on from the death of Kamina, Yoko abandoned her trailblazer persona and became much more conscious of war and violence, leading to a life of educating children.
下見ちゃダメ。
It's an admirable change of pace, and does absolutely nothing to alter the fact that she's drop-dead gorgeous. Seriously, that look could have melted the anti-spiral.
下がってなさい。
Number 7, Akane Minagawa, Scum's Wish. Not that we condone her antics, but you have to admit that this lady knows what she's got, and definitely knows how to use it.
安らかさん、続きは放課後、音楽室でね。
While on the surface she appears as reserved, helpful, and beautiful, the truth is Akane loves nothing more than to use and lose men at the drop of a hat, even her own students.
お話って何ですか？
Her self-destructive behavior spills out all over the place, resulting in a lot of hearts being broken along the way, and yet people still can't help but fall head over heels for her.
男の子から向けられる行為ほど気持ちいいものなんてないのに。
Number 6, Sakie Sato, Interviews with Monster Girls. We're just gonna come out and say it, no other succubus out there has a patch on Sakie.
じゃじゃーん。どうですかね？信じたい。
Defying every convention, Sakie is an astute and determined teacher who just happens to be able to make all men melt, even if she shows off a bit of skin.
君の瞳に乾杯。
Terribly conscious of this, she goes out of her way to minimize the damage as best as she can by dressing in baggy clothes. Does it help? Not really. All it does is make her appear as cute as can be, whilst making her moments of accidental lewdness all the more potent.
でもいつかここまでは使っていい。
Number 5, Shizuka Hiratsuka, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. We know everyone falls into the Yui or Yukino camp, but you have to admit, Sensei over here had it going on.
いや確かに先生の年齢からしたら俺は小僧。
女性に年齢の話をするなと教わらなかったのか？
While terribly worried about her age and marriage prospects, something she occasionally solves with drinking, that's done nothing to diminish her youthful spirits and unorthodox teaching methods. Something she is all too eager to demonstrate to the perpetually pragmatic Hachiman.
電話に出なかった言い訳を聞こうか。
Throw in her tender nature, and she's an automatic 10 that honestly should have been swept up by now. What are you thinking, single men?
引きがや、誰かを助けることは君自身が傷ついていい理由にはならないよ。
Number 4, Hina Tachibana, Domestic Girlfriend. Falling for your teacher? Pretty ballsy. Falling for and making the moves on your teacher, who also happens to be your new stepsister? Congratulations! You're officially an anime protagonist.
すいません。でも俺。
While dripping with good looks and just the right amount of enticing viciousness, Hina walks a fine line between being a terrible person and red-hot love interest.
ほら、怖がっちゃってるじゃない。
Always keeping her new student/family member at arm's length, at least until she decides to kiss and slap and break beds with him. Yeah, it's no surprise she got into big trouble for that.
初めて
初めてちゃんと名前で呼んでくれたね。
Number 3, Mafuyu Kirisu. We never learn. An ice queen of a teacher, one would normally think her far too sharp to ever fall in love.
なぜそうなったのかがわからないところは全部質問するつもりで。
And then Narumi entered the picture, and before long her frosty exterior began to thaw into a heaping helping of accidentally erotic situations, genuine romance, and way too many hilarious mishaps.
深く緊張したわ。
While coming across as rather bitter, Kirisu practically lives for her students' well-being, even enough to deter them from their dreams when it doesn't align with their abilities. She's a mature tsundere wrapped in a tight outfit that can steal your breath away with just a stare. And oh, how we love her for it.
大気待ちくたびれてしまったわ。腰のあたりを重点的にお願いします。
Number 2, Irina. Assassination Classroom. Affectionately known as Bitch Sensei by Class E, Irina is a master of manipulation who knows how to use her figure to her advantage.
ねえ、そんな遠くで見てないで。もっと近くで確かめて。
Like many a greedy assassin, she tried to get her hands on that green by taking down Koro-sensei with a few deadly traps and some well-placed flirting. It worked out about as well as you'd expect, but ever since she found herself as a welcome outcast among Class E, slowly growing into her role as a teacher.
You're incredible in bed. Repeat.
That's not to say she doesn't know how to unleash the occasional lip lock capable of sucking your soul out. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Mizuho Kazami. Please teacher. She fell from the stars and landed right into our hearts. Say what you will about the initial awkwardness of a drop-dead beautiful alien falling for a student perpetually stuck as a teen, Mizuho is every shade of yes. Naive about many human customs, her love story with Kei is nonetheless wholly entrancing, despite the obstacles they have to overcome along the way. Her looks are out of this world, she's both endearingly innocent, yet utterly reckless when it comes to her passions, and we'd happily redo high school if it meant a chance of her looking our way. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.